Back to the question of whether SAA will stay in the sky. While the government airliner continues battling financially with company under business rescue since last month, government has now complained about the latest move. The business rescue practitioner for SAA has announced cutting down certain routes, including the all-important route to Durban. For some response now on the latest events, I'm joined in the studio by Satawu spokesperson Zanele Sabela. Zanele, thank you so much for coming in early this morning. It's become very difficult to keep track of this story because developments have been coming in thick and fast. First, we heard from Business Rescue making a huge announcement of massive cuts to important local routes and international routes. And then we have the President coming out and public enterprises coming out saying, wait a minute, we're not completely happy with this pronouncement made by Business Rescue. We've expressed our unhappiness and we're wanting to have a sit down with them. What's your reaction to that?
We're also not happy, I must say. We're also not happy. What happened is on Tuesday, the business practitioners, actually the rescue practitioners, had a meeting with the employees of SAA. That includes those who are under a union and the executives and those who are ununionized. And they spoke to them. And then they said to them that they had presented 3 scenarios to government, and government had chosen, there was liquidation, restructuring 1, restructuring 2. Government chose restructuring 1. We, on the other hand, were waiting to hear, with organized labor was waiting to hear what is in this restructuring 1. And for one, they were supposed to come to us and present these 3 scenarios. And we're not saying, because we know in business rescue, the business rescue practitioners are the ones with the final say. But then we should be able to input because we are an important stakeholder. And that says so in the Companies Act that unions, the employees, management and the creditors are important stakeholders. So in terms of that, we should have been, at least they should have come to us before they went to government. But they say they went to government and then this is what happened. But then government comes back, both the president and public enterprises. So now you have to wonder, who exactly are the business practitioners speaking to? Because they haven't spoken to any of us as far as we know. There is no formal plan on the table. That is supposed to happen at the end of February. So as far as we also know is the fact that creditors also haven't been brought into this particular, latest move. So we're wondering, what is happening?
It really sounds like a case of he said, he said. I mean, Department of Public Enterprises saying these latest decisions made public by the business rescue practitioners on certain SAA routes has caused market and customer uncertainty that may jeopardize the long-term future of the airline. But some might say that government's long lack of action on what to do to try and save SAA has already caused that uncertainty.
So true, because you will understand that in December when government decided to go for voluntary business rescue, it was after one of the unions, Solidarity, had decided to take SAA to court for business rescue. So even in that, they took their time, and then worse off was the fact that when they decided on business rescue, they said there'd be 4 billion, 2 from private lenders and 2 from government. And then they took their own sweet time coming up with the 2 billion. Eventually it was 3.5 billion, but that time lag, it also caused uncertainty.
Now, just very quickly, before I let you go, the announcement of routes being clamped down and potentially opening the door to retrenchment, I mean, it goes without saying. Will the union say, if you at least engage with us, we'll walk with you half of the way? We know to try and save most of SAA, yes, there will have to be changes of some kind. Will you admit to that?
So here's the thing. The thing about it is, even in business rescue, the employees are still protected by the Labor Relations Act. So Section 189A still stands. And they cannot do this. They cannot up and change. Literally, they haven't retrenched, but then cutting routes. What happens to all those people? So we're calling for an urgent meeting to find out exactly what is happening. And we're very happy that the President and Public Enterprises says, you know what, you're going to have to reverse 2 steps. And we want that to happen so they can engage. Communication is key. The business practitioners actually have a spokesperson. I haven't seen a spokesperson here unless I wasn't watching.
Well, we all just wait for statements to fall out of nowhere. That's been how it's been going the last few days. Zanele Sabela is the spokesperson for Satawu. Thank you so much for giving us your reaction to that. I dare say it won't be the last time we speak. It's become like a game of unending football, hasn't it? SAA and the quest to try and save it, or what to do next.